When you talk about triple negative, what actually do you mean?
So triple negative means that that it doesn't have estrogen receptor, progesterone receptor, or HER2 receptor. So it used to be 20, 30 years ago, we just called it breast cancer, and then when we found out that or more than 30 years ago now, when we found that the estrogen receptors are not expressed in all but majority of cancers, then they used to be divided into estrogen receptor positive and estrogen receptor negative, or combination estrogen and progesterone receptor positive and hormone receptor negative. And then when the HER2 was discovered, that was the third marker apart from the hormones. So then we divided them in three groups. So basically triple negative is all the breast cancers that don't have these receptors that we know that put them in a different category for the treatment selection. There's probably more than just three groups of cancer. As we discover more, that proportion of triple negative is probably going to get smaller and smaller, and we're going to have more different groups as we can isolate different targets that we can select for treatment. So, for example, this new targeted treatment that was published this year for that smart drug that's going to target triple negative breast cancers. They report a rate of proteins that they can find in triple negatives that would be sensitive to this treatment is about 90%. So one has to wonder then, are we going to have then the fourth subclass of breast cancer, which is going to be called TROP2 because that's the name of the protein. And then the residual 10% of triple negatives they don't have, that will still be then the quadruple negatives, because it's going to be another that basket group of breast cancer that don't express anything that we can find.
And it's good to hear that this kind of level of research is still going on, because presumably as it goes on, more and more treatments are being, more and more nuances are being found about the whole thing, and more treatments that can actually be directed specifically are being discovered, which is encouraging.
That's right. We got one of the trials here at a PA, a MOS trial, which is a potential option for everyone who's basically had all the standard treatment lines, and then we can do additional testing on the tumor tissue for any particular potential mutations that may be targetable, and the test, the technology that's used looks at 500 different genes, trying to find anything that may potentially respond to any treatments that are available on the trial.